All right, it says we are live. I'm testing this for the first time in a while. So I am slow to start here if there's anybody there. All right, it looks like we're on. And I'm going to tweet it out really quick. And we are slowly going to get started. I'm going to make sure I got my tools here, my drawing board. That was the rubber band sliding on here. Kids, that was not a fart noise. All right, so what we are doing tonight, we have 5 sketch cards to draw. These are winners in the retweet to win. Looks like I'm missing one here. Darkling 2, 3, 4. Where did I put number 5? There we go. All right, so we are going to be doing a Lady Death, an Airwalker, a Nightwing, a Darkhawk, and a Venom. All right, I see, hey, Merc, what's up, buddy? And I see Colin as well. Awesome, I'm glad this is working, because all my technical stuff this week and the last couple weeks has been kind of a mess, so I'm super stoked this is working. Let's see, I think I want to start with Venom. I know the character pretty well, drawn him a few times. These aren't going to be epic pieces of art. These are just fun sketch cards. So we had a retweet to win contest for the Hammerella book that we've got going on right now. Link below, all that stuff below. And yeah, we just said, you know, if you help us retweet, I'll draw 5 names and draw some stuff up and give me a good, give me a good opportunity to test this stuff out. I see Josh. What's up, Josh? What's up, buddy? All right, so I don't do as many sketch cards as I think I am gonna start. Or I don't know what I was saying there. I'm an idiot. I haven't done very many sketch cards, and I really like doing headshots, as you guys know that watch the channel. I don't know why I don't do more sketch cards. To me, there's something cool about being able to do portrait work of your favorite characters. Can capture a lot of personality in just the headshots. Plus, they go really quick. And as I said, oh, I know Venom so well. I'm going to pull up reference because I want to see where the spider costume lies on his chest here. And we're going to go classic Todd McFarlane. All right, here we go. All right, just about what I thought. Just about what I thought. Let's keep the reference handy. All right. So I sketch a lot, especially if I'm starting off like this. I sketch and sketch and sketch sometimes and just kind of sculpt the shape of the head. So I want it to have the head to have a cool feel. I want it to have a nice, take up a nice amount of space in a good shape inside this little rectangle that we've created, this 2.5 by 3.5 frame. And as I go, I'll probably do almost all of them like this, but they get a little less and less. So get a little more confident with each one. And I do a lot of boring fundamentals that I used to hate doing that I now think are kind of fun. I don't get too tight about this stuff because I think you lose some energy if you get too much into dividing up your head shape into all the planes and stuff. But you want to have practiced that stuff. You want to go through your Andrew Loomis books, and you want to practice that stuff and learn it all, and then you kind of adapt for comics or illustration, whatever you want to call it. Man, Todd drew him with a round dome. The dome was just like you could hear it. It's so round. Oh, hey, Simonin, what's up? I'm getting used to checking this. Whoa, Cody Sullivan, brother, what's up? Welcome, you and the girlfriend. I was just talking about Cody the other day because Cody's an old friend of mine. I used to do. He does a Comes Naturally podcast, and I used to go to Arizona cons all the time. That was our thing for like a decade, me and my wife, and that's where he lived. We got to meet him there. We became friends, and man, I've had some of the best times hanging out at cons with Cody, especially San Diego. I always think about the time we found the best tacos in the world. It was like $2. It was like $5 for like 2 tacos, and it was the only place around the convention where there was no line, and they were grilling them up fresh. It was so good. Yeah, you remember that, huh, Corey? Or not Corey, sorry, Cody. We got a Corey, a Colin, a Cody. Everybody. You guys, you're all gonna just have to accept whatever name I call you. All right, so I'm just gonna lay in a tooth pattern. We're going bigger on this jaw. There was no room for tongue and teeth here. This is Venom after all. We wanna get a little tongue action here. There we go. There we go. This like weird crocodile mouth he's got. We'll give it the nice Todd jaw. It's almost like detaching from the skull there. All right, yeah, man, Todd gives him this big ol' round dome like that. All right, so I'm gonna take a kneaded eraser, lighten this up, get rid of some of the structure lines and some of these sketchy lines. You know what? I'm gonna give the whole thing kind of a pass. When you're working digitally, you can do this just by lightening your layer. You can sketch and sketch and sketch and then lighten your layer. Either draw on that same layer a little more or just go on to the next layer. All right, so I don't want to copy Todd's. I want to kind of have a little fun with my style too. I want to Venomize it here. All right, Hail Edwin, what's up? All right, so Venom kind of has this like wrapping around part here because you don't really get a nose, and you're not trying to hint at one like when you have the Spider-Man mask on Peter. So it just kind of wraps around like that. Excuse me. All right, so I'm not as chatty as when I pencil as when I ink. I don't know, is this zoomed in enough? I don't know if I can zoom in right now. If I can zoom in anymore when we're already going. Can't figure that out. All right, but you can at least sort of see my process. I don't pencil very often on my channel. We just focus on inking, but I thought this would be a fun way you could see some of my process. It's a little messy. I clean up so much in the inks, but I really want there to be. I need a good structure to work from. It doesn't have to be super clean, but like this, I'll be able to get a nice arch off the pen with it. And we're going to be inking with brush marker. Give the tongue a nice little shape and give it some dimension here where it comes into the mouth. And then the same thing here. You got some foreshortening, some overlap there. Simple little tricks, or I don't know if they're tricks, but just simple little things to give dimension to your drawings. All right, let's get some styrations going here. We'll get his, excuse me, his collarbone. We're not going to get much of the spider. Maybe I'll throw on the top here. I want to at least hint at a little bit of his logo. You know what? We'll extend it a little. Then you can have the corner of his jaw, which will be black, popping against the little bit of white for his from his logo. I'm sure he wouldn't call it a logo. Symbol, whatever. Okay, so that's like that. That's there. All right, so now we're going to attack this with the inks. Now, I'm no Peter Simeti. This is taking me a lot longer. He does this stuff in like 5 minutes. I don't know. Sometimes I watch his videos. I think maybe he takes longer. All right, so this is a Zebra Sensations brush pen. You used to be able to get these at this Japanese dollar store called Daiso. We had one nearby, and they were one of the more expensive items at $1.50. And it was so rad being able to pick these up for $1.50. And I got the tip for that from I think it was Will's Pertasio. Because at the time, this was like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. There weren't a lot of good brush markers that people liked using, so it was funny to hear him say he was using a brush marker, and then awesome that they cost $1.50. Bagley does a decent Venom, doesn't he? Who's any whiteout tonight? We'll see, Josh. We'll see. I'm going to try to use as little whiteout as possible. Mostly because I think it's out of reach right now. I don't want to have to get up. All right, we're going to hit these fangs. And again, this is McFarlane style, so I'm not doing like huge giant teeth. He had these little just sharp rows of teeth like this. And we're going to outline everything before we go in with any black shapes. All right, go in and do this tongue. We'll do the tongue. It overlaps the other side of his jaw. Sometimes it's a little easier to go in, excuse me, and do that stuff. The foreground elements first, or the overlapping elements first. All right, now I didn't draw all the teeth, but I'm going to go in and layer them as if I did. There we go. Same thing over here. But you can give a little bit of the inside where the teeth go into the gums. There we go. This is going to be back here somewhere, and we'll do a few teeth there too. All right, we'll hit this logo or symbol, whatever you want to say, symbiote symbol. It's my symbiote symbol. Or I don't know. I forget what he talked like in the movie. Did he sound like Bane in the movie since it was Tom Hardy? Come on, Spider-Man. All right. So we're going to get in. Do some black shapes here now. Kind of make it fluidy since he's the symbiote. Kind of get heavy with the lines and the rendering. Gonna have some fun here. Make it look like his skin's crawling almost. We'll see. We'll see. We'll lighten it up here for the rim lighting. Yeah, I'm having fun with this. So this one is for my homie GJ Martinez. And he tweeted out that he was having a rough day, so this is not for him because of that. He won the raffle that we had. So I'm glad we could bring a little something cool to him today. And I want to go heavier as we reach the edge of the white eyes so that that'll help those pop a little, high contrast. There we go. Get into this mandible. All right, so I got the rendering coming down here like this. I kind of like to create little patterns to my rendering sometimes. And it all kind of works as like a grain for composition too. Like all the lines are kind of leading to the center. It doesn't always work out. But right now, it is. Having fun with that. All right, we'll leave that there so the edge of his jaw kind of pops. I thought it was going to be black all the way to the edge, but I don't think I want that anymore. All right, now let's see. We're going to go in and do these neck muscles that go into the shoulder muscles. And I'm going to do these like thin to thick patterns here. We're going to get heavier as we go under the neck. We're going to leave the white, sort of a white line where that collarbone is. And I think I'm going to come in and do that full black. But see here we have these like thick to thin patterns. The lines don't go thick to thin, but the shape goes thick to thin. Well, then in between those, we're going to go the opposite, like that. And that's sort of the shapes that the muscles make as they interlock with each other. And when you do characters like Venom or the Hulk, you can kind of like really play around with extra stuff like that. All right, and that rounds out as he kind of has his back coming out there. All right, then we're gonna bring this shoulder muscle in like this. Oh, cool. Glad you're doing this, Colin. Let's see what you got to say. Time either. Oh, you guys are talking. Okay, I'm gonna let that go on. I'm gonna keep doing this. All right, we're gonna black in all of this so his tongue will pop out. Because when you're working with black and white, white pops off of black. Gray can create a medium between the two. When you start thinking about it like that, it starts to get a little easier. All right, so let's see. I want to get like a big marker or something now. What do I have? Let's see what this guy is. This is also from the Japanese store. Okay, this is cool. Oh, I like this. Oh yeah, here we go. Some big ol' brush lines. I'm gonna go in here and beef up some of this. I like this pen. Look, it's all flowery. It's all decorative. Gold. Whatever. All right, so yeah, look at this. Fills in nice. It always bugs me when I see young artists that will go in and fill in these giant black shapes with little tiny scribbles, and you're like, oh, it's taking so long and so much energy. All right, we're gonna bring a little more contrast in here now that we got this pen. I'm gonna beef up some of these lines in here. All right, there we go. Bring old zebra brush marker back over and we'll give it the old raw here. And Venom is done. Let's see who's next. All right. Oh, hey, Metatron's Cube. Yeah, the big bird, that was funny. Here, I actually got it right here. Afterwards I was like, actually this looks more like Big Bird Flash Dance. So yeah, I think next time I need to really bring it. But yeah, thank you. That was a lot of fun. It was an honor to be invited on with the SOBs. I'm gonna try to do that more often. All right, so we got Venom. Let's see, we got Darkhawk, we got Nightwing, we got Airwalker, which is interesting, and Lady Death, which is interesting because I've never drawn her, and I've never read the comic, but I've been accused of ripping it off with my character Death Betty. And it was pretty much a coincidence that we had death-related characters that had a girl in the book with white skin. Ours was actually an albino. But anyways, what am I doing? What I pick? Lady Death. All right, let me get my reference up. She's got the crazy cool hair. I just want to make sure there aren't any little details don't want to miss out on. All right, yeah, I knew there would be some sort of necklace or cape idea, but she's okay, cool. Maybe some earrings. All right, let's draw a pretty lady face. So again, this is just boring fundamentals. I seriously used to hate it. Now it's one of my favorite parts of the process. Same with laying out a page. Laying out a comic page is one of my favorite parts. Overdrawing it. I don't like drawing as much as I like doing the layouts, and then I really love inking. All right, so another cheap tool I'm using for the 99-cent store is this fancy pencil that it takes lead and it has an eraser. And there was like 10 of them in a box for like $1.50 there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try them out. And they work surprisingly well. And the eraser, the white nylon eraser on it, it's great. It works really well. This is nice 300 or 500 Bristol board. And it works really well on there. All right, let's do this sultry Lady Death. Just gonna lay in our shapes here. This circle shape, usually you can line up where your nose is gonna be. Kind of in quadrants there too. Bam, 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 bam. Yep, we're doing good here. All right, is she a smiley lady? She looks like she's pretty somber. Would you say somber? All right, we'll start feminizing it a little bit. She was a little hard around the edges there. Bring down the cheekbones a little. And I want to get all these details. Like, it's going to be fun to lay in her hair, and it's fun to get in and do actual details, but I want to get in this this framework first. A lot of people, they can jump ahead and do stuff. I really gotta like make sure everything's worked out, and it takes me a little while sometimes. Again, I'm gonna have to go back to the tapes and see if that Samedi guy is really doing those cards in 5 minutes when he says so, or if he like, oh well, you know, it takes longer because I stop and I talk and there's that. But if you broke it down, it's 5 minutes. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna check his game. Let's see what's up. All right, this is starting to look like what I want it to look like. All right, tip of the nose. I usually like to find that and kind of over exaggerate that. So when I go in with the, not over exaggerate, but kind of really mark it in so that when I go back in with the kneaded eraser and lighten everything up, it stays pretty prominent. But we're not dealing with pupils on a character, so that always makes things easier. No irises or pupils on her. Lady Death is a curvaceous lady. Yeah, she's barely got anything holding it in too. Like according to the reference photos here. I knew I wasn't missing much because I've tabled near him before, and man, his booth is so much fun. Actually, I did get a comic from him. That was that one I got. I had a bunch of Evil Ernie stuff from him. I was more of an Evil Ernie guy. All right, I'm gonna give this a pass in 1 sec with the kneaded eraser. I wanna raise up her eyebrows. We're gonna nuke those from orbit with the white vinyl. There we go. That's what we want. More sultry eyebrows in 3 parts. This part, this little part, and then this little teardrop part. Like that. And then, man, you don't really see her ears, but you kind of want to know where they are because we're going to add some skull earrings here. All right, you know what? I might not have to do too much erasing. I don't know. I say that I should go in, I should do 1 pass. Well, keep working, keep working. I like this flow. All right, so neck, and we're gonna bring it about like that, just past the chin. We're gonna bring the shoulders out, and we're gonna give her, what's it called, a choker? Hey, was it called a choker? The necklace like that?
Yeah, it looks like a collar.
Like a collar?
In that particular picture, anyway.
Okay. All right, so we got that going on. We're gonna figure out these collarbones. Oh, whoa, hack slash. Haven't thought about hack slash in a while either. Let's scroll for a second. Spencer loves Evil Ernie. Yes, he does. Hey, TJ Good Thunder. What's up, brother? All right, I think I've at least said what's up to everybody. Yes, Miss Win. Yellow Miss Win. Mia Win. At your service. All right, so we got that laid out. Forehead's about here. Come up like that. And that's just ice in the background that you're hearing. Sorry about that. And let's see, we're gonna work this out a little bit. Man, she's got big hair. This girl has big hair. It's gonna go there. You see the sides of those locks? Jeez, whoa. All right, then we're gonna give it some layers there. Yeah, here's a tricky thing. It's a lot like muscle shapes, like hair. They all have hair and muscle. It's all that shape. Just remember. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on. This tapering shape. Whatever. Make all the jokes you want, but that shape, that tapered shape, that's hair shapes and muscles. Remember that when you're studying that stuff. All right. I still want to soften her up a little. She's looking a little like tough, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Where did my kneaded eraser go? We've lost the kneaded eraser when we need it the most. There we go. Okay. All right. I see hey, Ty Ion, what's up, man? I see you saying hi to Raz. That means Razmaz is here too. What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody's up late. All right, here, I think I know what I want to do. She was looking a little too manly for me, so we're going to cut that in a little, shorten the jaw a little. So yeah, I look at this as kind of like, it's almost like sculpting it, or I mean, that's the term for it, but it's, you really kind of work it like it's clay almost. All right, yeah, I'm happier with that. I'm going to bring down her collar. Don't want to create a tangent with her chin. It would look weird. It would draw the attention to right here. And then we are going to find our center line again. And that's going to give us our collarbone here. All right, little little skulls. Like that. Skull earrings, all right. Big old cheekbones. Yeah, if you guys have been watching the Fregtober episodes, they've been pretty fun. And tonight was pretty funny. It was Sesame Street Fighter was the theme. I was stoked that was the first time because I just thought that was a funny one. So yeah, I took what I thought was like the weakest character and tried to make him look tough. And I don't know if there was making it look tough after, especially after what Malin did to his. That made Big Bird look scary. And then Frege just went for Big Bird's throat. He just went for the kill. He was having none of that bird. And Charlie's was really funny, I thought too. I actually really like Charlie's, especially because it really, you could tell, man, his simple brownstone that he drew. I'm like, you could tell he'd been there. All right, so she does have dark eyebrows, so we can shade those in. She does wear lipstick, so I can shade in her upper lip, and that kind of brings a little bit of black and white element to her face. Brings a little contrast is what I was trying to think of. All right, we'll do some brushy brush lines here where her hair goes out. And her hair, like I went earlier when I said that the hair is like a muscle, her hair, it's almost like Venom's tongue. I'm sure she would love for me to describe her hair as such, but that's what it's like. It comes out like this and it overlaps itself. And you can do that and then that with it. Oh, I'm going to cover that up. As I explained it, you can do that, and then I put my thumb right over what I was showing. All right, so we're going to get some layers in back here. And have her hair just take up the whole frame there. You know what? I still want to bring this in a little bit. Let's see. Yep, it was still too wide for me on that side, especially. Yeah, I'm not used to drawing at this scale. Excuses, I know. Actually, that's a really bad excuse. You know, I draw a lot at a large scale, but I draw plenty at this size when I'm doing panel work. No excuses, Win. No excuses. All right, but I do want that to come forward like that. All right, so I'm not going to ink all these lines. A lot of these are just so I have a direction. All right, I'm going to take the old zebra brush to town with it. Or emu, the ones with the giant crest on their head. Am I getting quizzed while I'm struggling with this Lady Death? You're going to quiz me? What's going on? Let you guys quiz each other. I'll wait for an inking question. All right, yeah, I love the way these, I would describe these pens as like, they're like halfway between a brush and a pencil. And for some reason that that combo really works for me. And we're gonna go heavy on the bottom there. You know, I might end up blacking that all in. We'll see. All right, skull earring behind the hair. Flex nib, yes. That was fun to say like that. All right, let's give some nice, pretty brush lines to the hair. Give a little bit of a pattern. And again, this is where we're going to get some overlap. Do some more here. And by overlap, I mean here we're going to have her bangs or whatever come up. And there, you see that overlap creates a little dimension. And we're going to do something a little similar here with that, and then these here. And then we'll go in back here and do these layers. Should have done her shoulders first. So one thing that does bug me about the sketch card is I got no empty space for my things. I don't want to smear. All right, where are we at? Let's do this hair. All right. And yeah, I also want to do a little promotion for my homies Spencer and Jeff. They have their book City of Rot. If you've been waiting to check it out, I suggest going to check it out. I think they posted new pages just yesterday or something. Strippers, bikers, zombies, all that. Things different order though. I would say it's more like bikers, strippers, zombies. But they have some really cool takes on it. I don't want to say twists really, but they have unique take on all those subjects, and they're going to have a lot of fun with it. And then also Mike O'Shea, artist Mike O'Shea, and his former teacher who will never let him forget it, Robert Geronimo, is writing for him Wirehead. And I should put a link in the bio for that as well. But I feel like most of you guys already know that. I'm kind of preaching to the choir here. All right, let's get these cheekbones. Going for the nose, nostrils. And then really light here for the edge of her nose. Like that. And then we're gonna give her these big old lips. There we go. So I am gonna try to start getting guests on the show, but I want to do something interesting with it. So I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I do have an idea for a game show I'd like to do for the next couple months that I think would be fun. But I'd also like to do something fun where, like, I don't know, maybe I could talk like Joe Weems into doing an episode, and he can come in and do like some sort of, maybe like inking demo, or I can collect questions or something like that. All right, so here we got Lady Death sketch card that I don't think it's done quite yet. Hold on, I want to do some more here. There we go. All right, Lady Death for Lee, and I will be sending all of these out this week. All right, so there's Lady Death. There's Venom, 2 down, biggity bam. Let's keep it rolling. Thank you, any of you that are watching or hanging out still. That's not one of the ones. All right, here's the ones. These are the ones. Let's see. Thank you guys for watching. I'm excited about Darkhawk. I'm gonna do that because I did see Ed one. So I should do that one next in case he's still there. And then I'll do Nightwing next. That'll be the next one. Okay, so I shouldn't need Darkhawk reference, but I'm gonna pull it up just because you don't want to mess it up, and it's so easy to pull ref. Oh yeah, man. I remember when that first came out, I was like, what? Who is this new character? It's pretty badass. All right. You're gonna get to use some cool shapes. It's a great design element. We'll get to use some black too. That'd be nice. So I don't remember much from the first stories. I remember loving them and rereading them, but I haven't looked at them or read them. Gosh, going on 20 years or something. I was working at a comic shop in high school when it came out. And then I quit to play basketball, and I kind of abandoned comics for a couple years. Shame to admit. I chased the hoops dreams, man. And then a few years later, I was like, oh, wait, no, I love comics. They're the greatest thing ever. All right, we want to get his cool collar in here. Man, I drew this costume a bunch of times too. So I didn't think I needed ref, but I was like, ugh, you know what? I found out that I needed ref for Robin sometimes. I was like, wait a second, I don't know how his little tunic outfit works. It happens to most of us, Ryan. Good to know, Josh. Good to know. Guest ink-alongs, Colin Swinburne. Good idea. And my first thought immediately was like, Rob Geronimo. Make him ink one of my pieces in his style and make it, like stylistic and red and black the way he does that stuff. I don't think this is going to take much reworking. I didn't think Darkhawk was going to go this quick. Kind of a bummer. I'm making sure I'm like scrolling through. I'm like, aren't there a bunch of elements to his helmet that I'm totally missing? Man, that first series, was it Mike Manley on art? I think it was Mike Manley on art. It was so cool. But we're going to do a lot of black work in here too. So here, let me zoom in so you guys can see. All right. All right, do Robin. Let's see. Robin ref. Shame. I know, TJ. I should have remembered you were there and not said that. But it speaks to my dedication to produce the quality product that you guys deserve. But yeah, pretty stupid that I forget that stuff sometimes. But I mean, come on, I've had to ink so many costumes. And I mean, to be fair too, so many times the pencilers are inconsistent. If any of you have Divinity, go look at Divinity issue 1 and try to find any kind of continuity with his costume. It's so funny. Most of it I didn't catch, and for years I fixed that, but I thought this was so funny. I was like, okay. So I even talked to the colorist, my friend David Barron. I was like, all right, like, I know I should be fixing this. I should say something, but the editors aren't catching anything, and I kind of think it's funny. And then I was like, the pages started stacking up, and I was like, no, I gotta say something. So David and I said something, and everyone kind of realized, and they even had to change the origin of like how the costume came to be because they had forgotten it, because it was actually a small portion of the story, and the story was going through a bunch of changes. But yeah, I always thought that was funny. I was like, no, I'm not gonna make the changes. I mean, also they weren't paying me. I wasn't the penciler. I wasn't getting paid to be the editor or the penciler, and I always took those duties on myself, which was really dumb. It was really dumb. I mean, it's part of my work ethic, so yes, that's a good thing too, I guess. Blah blah blah. But stupid to take on fixing others' work in the professional environment like that. That's my how not to be helpful tip. There you go. All right, so we've cleaned it up. I'm going to lay in where we're going to put the black shapes. Yeah, chest and shoulders sort of there. We've got chest and shoulders. And then I like to sort of do, I don't say they're Kirby anymore, but from Kirby, I kind of learned to round out my shadows. And I have fun doing that. And you can have some fun with the design of your drawings doing that too. Want this white shape to pop out there. There we go. And then we're gonna do some rendering, like some bleeds out like that. And then some there, and the bleeds soften the transition. So you're gonna have some places where the transition is a hard line, and then you can soften it up if you want with some gray like that. Alrighty, so this is why I keep this rubber band here. I usually stick the paper like that. All right, zebra sensations. Let's do a close-up of the rendering. Realizing with the sketch cards, this is better to do. Yeah, oh yeah, I was talking about Damien. I draw him the most. Let's see, Edwin. Cool, Edwin's here. Awesome. This is for Edwin. What's up, brother? First 25 issues of Darkhawk were really good. The character has tons of potential that has never really been tapped into by writers. Abnett Landing started to, but then Marvel pulled the rug under them. Oh, you know what? Somebody was telling me about that, because those guys were hitting gold for a couple of years when they were doing Guardians and stuff. I know everyone loves the movies, but I'd argue that those comics were as good, as fun, and as funny. And I don't know, they were pretty cool. All right, we're gonna sort of start in the center here, work our way out. So I'm trying to be more mindful of smudging on this tiny card where I don't have much space. Yes, Edwin, I'm glad you're here for this. Sorry it's so late. That's how I roll. But thank you so much, man, for doing the retweets and playing along. It's super cool, helping spread the word. I can't believe we've done as good as we have with the campaign. I know I've been in the biz for a while, but as far as producing an indie comic for a crowdfunder is my first time doing this, and everyone levels out when you're doing that. We're all on the same shelf. That's been my thing I've been saying lately that I really like, is like, oh, it's cool whether you're a $1 million frog salesman or you're selling a ninja book or something like that. When someone goes to Indiegogo and they're looking through the comics, it's like everyone's kind of on the same shelf. And it's kind of cool. Plus, it's cool that $1 million frog salesmen invite people like me on their show and stuff like that. That's cool too. So I got to go on Ethan's auction, and that was a wild time. That was a lot of fun. He invited the Alterna guys on, and we got to go on, and it reminded me of being at a con again. Kind of miss being at cons. Sometimes you get tired of the cons, and then when you're doing them, obviously not meeting the people. You guys know I love hanging out and doing all that stuff, but the con itself, like the actual travel, the cost, all that stuff, like all that stuff adds up. But then when you aren't doing them, you miss all the fun stuff, like all the face-to-face connections, all that stuff. And that's what it felt like. And that's what it felt like on Frega's show tonight during the Fragtober draw show. It reminded me of when I used to have share studios with my friends and stuff like that. So Whiny tales from Ryan Wynn. Whiny, whiny, whiny. All right, we're gonna go in and block off these shapes. And that's gonna be black, that's gonna be black, that's gonna be black, black, that's gonna be black. Pop, 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 pop. All right. Now I'm gonna do these, we're gonna pull in on these bleeds, thin to thick. And lightest at the top. And as we get down here, we're gonna heavy and start zigzagging and zigzag into that black. And here, I'm gonna go heavy to light, and same thing here, heavier to light. I'll bring it up here. Okay, and the next thing we do is cap that pen. Always put the caps on. Get out our heavy marker, and we will lay down some, like, I don't know, this gives me like 1/4 inch lines. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is another $1.50 Japanese marker. Yeah, look at that. Sorry, these are the things that get inkers excited. You're like, oh my gosh, look at how quickly you can fill up that space. Yep, I like this. And this was one of the jobs when I started out in comics. One of the jobs that inking assistants did was you filled in the black areas. Excuse me, the black areas. You got a couple bucks per panel. You also did the panel borders, and you got a couple bucks for those. All right. There's Darkhawk. I gotta sign it. Japanese makes really great pens and paper. Yes, they do, Colin. Yeah, I love all the Japanese products that I've gotten. Even stuff I don't use. It's just fun stuff. The inking enjoys his subjects. Yes, I do, Josh. Something for everyone on there. Happy. Hope to see it succeed. The campaign looks great. Hope you did a nice job laying out the different tiers. There's something for everyone on there. Happy to see it succeed. Oh, thank you, Edwin. I don't know if you're talking to me, but all right. Jet pens, yeah, jet pens. Man, I haven't ordered from there for a while, but when the first time I did, it was like, oh, they have these. Oh yeah, I'll take a couple of those. Oh, they have these too. Yeah, I'll take a couple of those. And it was like what shopping at Target used to be like. Where you're like, kind of like, oh, I'm gonna do a lap, just real quick. I'll just grab a couple things, and then you get to the end in your cart. You've got 2 carts, and they need to help you out to the car and stuff. All right, so we got. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. 3 down. Boom, boom, boom. 2 more to go. All right, we're gonna do Nightwing next for Ghost Pepper. Save Airwalker for last. Okay. Boy, do I need Nightwing Ref? TJ Good Thunder's there. I don't. I'm not even gonna do it. I was gonna look, but I would say Nightwing has probably been my #1 requested head sketch over the years. I haven't drawn him maybe in a year. But Dick Grayson was my favorite Robin growing up as a kid. And it was funny, I didn't like the disco version of Nightwing when I was a kid. I didn't like the mullet, where now I love the mullet. I should have clarified. Oh man, if you're watching Ghost Pepper, do you want the mullet or not? I don't know. Oof. All right, we're gonna think about that while we lay it out. All right. Yeah. I'm looking at the ref now just to see, like, no, she probably wants the newer one. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go with the newer one. All right. Cool beans. Still Nightwing. All right, let's get our ear in there. Split our skull down the middle. Yeah, there used to be this kid when I worked at Top Cow. There would be this kid that he came to all the conventions, #1 Top Cow fan, and he would always ask me every time. And I to this day, I think he was trolling, but everyone was telling me like, no, he's not trolling you, live trolling you. But he always wanted to know like he'd be like, dude, I don't want to do this crossbar thing. I don't want to do this. I don't want to like find the side of the head. I don't want to lay out the jaw. Like I don't want to do that stuff. Just tell me how to draw without doing that. And he would always come up and bug me about that stuff. And like I thought he was kidding. I was like, this kid's so funny, and I thought I was ribbing him back one day, and then he got all mad. And he was like, man, I'm just trying to ask questions. And I was like, oh, he's not joking. Crap, I thought he was joking around this whole time. All right, so that's there. Let's see, I need to lay in the eyeballs first. I should have laid in the eyeballs a while ago. I see Simon 7. RT Bear has a design he did that looks really good for a Nightwing series he pitched but never got the green light. Oh, yeah, I think I saw. Yeah, he just showed that recently, right? I was listening while I worked, and I don't think I saw, but I think he was just talking about that the other day. Art's badass. Yeah, Art is what I jokingly call him my grand mentee, because he was the mentor to Danny Mickey, and then Danny Mickey was my inking mentor. Yeah, I like how Nightwing's can't talk. I like how Nightwing's mask is sort of like the symbol. I know a lot of the masks have that, but I like that his actually kind of has a centerpiece here that goes up, kind of like the bat head. A lot of times, like in masks, they tend to dive in like that with the brow. Easier art. Yes, Tyan. Once you get good enough at following those rules, then you can break them. Yeah, that's even that was like Silvestri and stuff. That was like his kind of thing when he was training his pencilers, like Michael Broussard and stuff. There'd be times where he'd be like, "Nope, you're skipping a step," and they're like, "Yeah, but," and he's like, "Just, I know you know, but just right now, don't skip the step." All right, we gotta bring this jaw down a little bit. And kind of reshape it a little. It's kind of sticking out, a little moon faced here for me. All right. And then he's got this part down the middle, kind of these days. I mean, he kind of always does. Sometimes he's got a part to the side when he was younger, but this is Nightwing. Let's see. All right, let's see how it's. Needs a little work, needs a little fine tuning, but we're getting there. Gotta bring this forward a little, kind of give him a little bit of a sideburn point like that. Go in and do that ear. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more comfortable where I don't think I need to bring out the kneaded eraser on this one. I think I can just work this one into the inks. I'll give him a little smile because he's Dick Grayson and he's got a good sense of humor. You know what though? But I don't like that shape. I think we're gonna simplify. Yeah, I think that I think works way better. I want to work on this hair a little too. Get some folds there and there. Oh man, took me an hour to draw all these? Jeez, I'm not even done. I'm telling you, Samedi doesn't do those in 5 minutes. I'm gonna go back and watch the tapes, man. I'm gonna watch the tapes. Alright, so we're gonna have black there, black there. It's gonna come up there. And then I think I'm gonna make his entire mask black, and then we're gonna play around with the hair a little. With the black. Alright, so first pens first. Zinking Sensations. I'm gonna go in and where am I gonna start? I'll start on his nose in the middle. Light on the light sides, heavy on the shadow sides of things. Yeah, I just those of you that watch Art's show, do you watch Pontificators, or if you watch Art's channel? I wasn't familiar with the show, and then I saw that Albino Thunderbuns is on there, and my friend Jason Krager's on there, and he's got a book that is still going on Indiegogo called Hammer. No relation to Hammerella, but we were both inspired by similar things, but they're totally different characters and projects. But yeah, I'm curious to check out Pontificators. I haven't had the chance to do it yet. Oh yeah, I really wanted, yeah, Dick to become Batman. Oh, Peter, working on Retro, the comic book Palmiotti. Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, I thought the Dick to Batman move was like one of the most natural, organic things you could have done in comics. Like the general population even knew who Dick was, and the stuff that Grant was doing with those characters, I thought was super cool. I don't know. I don't really read DC at all. I don't really. I do not read DC at all anymore. So I have no idea what's going on. And for me, when Damien died. There was some good stuff after that, of course, but it wasn't my cup of tea. And I don't know. I know everybody disagrees with me on that, but. Let's do that. Let's get the neck. I do see why Peter has the jazz in the background now. Doodly doo 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 doo, shabba doo. Edwin prefers Art solo story streams. I could hear him tell stories about his work in the 90s forever. Yeah, I used to kind of go to cons. He didn't know I was Danny's assistant, and I used to just kind of like sneak up and not tell people who I was or anything, because then they treat you different. And so I knew certain things. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna ask him about like when Image started. How did he feel about this or that? Like, because I'd heard a story about from Danny, so I would go and ask him stuff like that. Same with Rich Friend. I would just go up and just kind of play dumb, like I'm not a guy in the industry or whatever, because I wasn't trying to pump them for information, but I was genuine about loving to hear their stories, and I had been a fan of theirs before I got into the industry, and I didn't want to change my experience with them at the table, so I just kind of always like, I don't know, just treated them like I was still just a fan, and I got treated to great stories and wasn't seen as like a competitor or anything like that. Because I love being a comic fan. When I got into the pros, people would always give me crap about like, you can't ask anyone for an autograph anymore. Like, you have to act like this or that. I was like, no, I think I'm still going to act like a fan a little bit. I think if I like somebody, I'm going to go get the book signed by them. I don't care about your guys' little rituals of how you make yourself feel cooler than other people. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And to this day, I'm just doing what I want to do. Doesn't mean you always win, but I'm having fun doing it. All right, I'm having fun with this hair. I'm creating it a little more in the inks than I did some of the other ones, and that's because I'm pretty warmed up right now. I'm getting fired up. I can't believe I only got one more sketch card now. Yeah, Peter, always a fan first. That's the because I always say it's the medium I love and the industry I despise. Because the medium of comics, I'll always be a fan of creators and comics. The whole medium is just such a fantastic, expressive art form and craft and everything. I think it's so cool. And at the same time, I think it's super lowbrow. And we should be printing them cheap on newsprint and making them fast and dirty and getting out of the way and getting one out of the way and getting the next one done. All right, add a little black, little rim shadow around there. Beef this up. And then I know I've been filling in the blacks with the other marker, but since there's thin areas here, I'm going to go ahead and keep it with this pen for right now and do the mask like this. Oh, the tracer line. I see you guys chatting about the tracer line. Yeah, that was something in the very beginning. I was like, oh man, and people are calling you a tracer and stuff. And then after a while, I kind of thought it was funny. I was like, you know what? I mean, guys, we're trying to make ourselves sound so cool. I mean, in a sense, we do trace. And then for a long time on Twitter, my handle was Tracer X, like Racer X from Speed Racer. And I even had a sketchbook and like a sort of a series of almost like articles or whatever in my posts on DeviantArt called Trace 'em and Erase 'em. And because that's what we did, what I did basically. I trace the art and then you erase the pencil. All right, we'll lay in our heavy blacks here. And then we're going to do Airwalker, who I know nothing about other than that he exists as a character. But he's an interesting design. Whoa, whoa. Got ink on the thumb, almost smudged. But no, he didn't. He didn't. He saved the day. What a true hero. Your mother's a tracer. Yeah, it's such a great scene. All right, I will bring it up here so we can take a look. Dick Grayson as Nightwing. If TJ's watching, yeah, close call, Edwin. Sorry, interrupted myself. If TJ's watching, give me the quality control. You know, make sure that that mask is okay and stuff. Hey, I see Mr. Jimmy Reyes. Why did I say Reyes? Jimmy Reyes. Jimmy Reyes, Page One Comics in the chat. I know you guys are all following him, so I don't need to tell you to go follow him. Excuse me, but maybe you don't, and maybe you should. You want to learn all about digital inking and Clip Studio from a guy who really understands it. I'd say more than anyone I know. Go ahead and check that out. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to get some water really quick. Bear with me. Here's these. All right, we're back. All right, so we are doing Airwalker. And you guys are going to go look up Dragon Rage. Excuse me. Dragon Rage on Indiegogo. It is awesome. Young girl can turn into a dragon, learning about her powers in the midst of this crazy war. Super badass fantasy. It looks like it's something classic. Like it's one of those things you're like, oh yeah, Dragon Rage. Everyone knows Dragon Rage. All right, Airwalker. Let's get this guy going. I'll show you guys what he looks like. Here he is. This dude. Dude, don't mess up my skirt. Not my skirt, Silver Surfer. See, this is, it's a fantastic piece, but you're like, how is he saying that as he blows the trumpet? Is he saying it through the trumpet? I don't know, but that's Airwalker. So I'm gonna try to do a super cool version like that. That looks like a Gene Colan maybe. I'm gonna say that's a Gene Colan. Maybe John Buscema. That might be John Buscema. Yeah, that's a John Buscema. They had an era where they crossed over just a little bit. Early Gene Colan. You guys can see it, but yeah, I think that's a Buscema, right, guys? Ty, that's funny. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna do Airwalker. Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy. He looks like he likes to yell about the end of the world, and he plays trumpet, so he might be in a ska band. If he is, I hope it's one of those cool like East Coast ska bands, or like Chicago style. Chicago's got good pizza and good ska, but not the annoying ska. Not the they're super annoying ska. I love certain types of ska, but man, certain. So I'm not sure what Airwalker plays. He doesn't have checkers on, so curious. So he's gonna have a big old thick muscly neck, broad shoulders, and he's got that kind of knight's helmet thing going on. It's kind of interesting. All right, center lines, eye lines, hair. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Eyes are actually here, so it's kind of, you break it up into quadrants like that. Whatever, this isn't a drawing lesson. Actually, if you want good drawing lessons, Page One Comics, I believe Jimmy was saying tonight he's going to be having a figure artist on to come and do a demo. That's super cool. I love all the things that Jimmy's doing with his channel. He's got his own unique voice. He's fun and funny, and he's all about promoting other people in such a positive way that he doesn't have to. He's just like, hey, I got this platform. Everyone that wants to be fun and cool, just come on over and hang out. And he's got Ink Spots and Comic Book Bob over there. And seriously, they are super fun. And tonight, I said last night, earlier tonight, Jimmy was just doing a digital inking demo. And I started doing hair. He doesn't have hair. Just doing the digital inking demo on Clip Studio. So it was a little more serious. It's not all fun and games over there. You know, sometimes Jimmy really wants to teach you too. He's not just entertaining. All right, so we're not going to have his ear. I do always place the ear, even though it's not going to be there. So he's got his big old round head. But yeah, I think I'm going to be doing something with Jimmy tomorrow. He said he's going to hit me up about doing something, so we'll see what that's all about. I'll let you guys know. But like I said, I think any of you regulars that are here, I think you guys all watched Jimmy already. So I'm preaching to the choir, but you never know. You never know. But yeah, he's one of the people like, you know, Spencer Desmond, Robert Geronimo, those guys. I need to start kind of regularly putting their stuff, just their links just in chat. It just needs to be a standard. Like Rob Geronimo's got his Wirehead, which is slasher horror right now that is super cool. I'm really excited for that. He just revealed some Vince Rush art for it. I think if they get to like 100 backers or something, it's released to everyone, something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, Ty, I see you asking about the Adobe program. I didn't even know they were coming out with one, and the only thing I saw today was people saying like, you know, oh, don't let AI do your comic thinking for you. I was like, AI? What? How advanced is this Adobe program? So I don't know anything about it. I can't believe it took them this long to get into the game. When years ago they had pioneers like Brian Haberlin and Alex Sinclair, like basically like code breaking Photoshop to make it work for comic books. You know, like 15 years ago and stuff. And it's like just now Adobe's like, hey, let's do a comic thing. You're like, come on, get with it. Comic Blast, that's what it's called. And Peter Palmiotti make a link tree with crowdfunding. Yes, with the crowdfunding peeps. Yes, that's a good idea. And then, yeah, I have this killer game show idea that now that I'm getting stuff set up and getting to figure out the StreamYard, this is my first time doing StreamYard, but now that I'm figuring it out, I have this killer game show idea that I want to do for people that are crowdfunding. And it's something that involves people that are crowdfunding and just fans getting involved too. I don't want to get into too many details yet. I don't want anyone stealing my idea, but going to be a lot of fun if we can make it work. All right, so he's got this. Maybe I should do a mix because he's got this. I like the simple, like flame version here. He's like la la, or not flame, but kind of two-pronged thing on the head. But in the video game, he seems to have this like this fork thing. So I think I'm gonna kind of combo it up. Combo. Okay, and that's gonna go like that. We'll have it break the plane of the top of his head, so we get a little more visual interest out of it. And we'll have it curved back a little. There we go. All right, and there's that. This guy's actually simpler than I thought he was going to be. We're going to do some reflections and some shadows and stuff like that. But this band goes all the way back. There we go. You know what? When you're doing something like this line, and then it skips and it goes there. I made a mistake. You should go for the follow through. The line will look better. Then you can take your thin eraser, take care of them lines like that. And it looks so much better. All right, that's our last sketch card. Closing in on the inks here. Let's see, he definitely has heavy black under his eyes. So do that. He's super angry all the time. His trumpet is rusty. I don't know if that's as bad as a trombone that's rusty, but definitely don't want your trumpet to be rusty either. All right, so this is some sort of like metal, so we're going to do some of the black Kirby circular shapes to give us like a chroming effect. And down here, we're just going to start getting heavy shadows under his head, like that. The Air Walker. I kind of like that name too. It's I embrace the cheesiness in comics. Those of you that read Gods and Gears, you're like, yeah, we know, buddy. We know you've embraced the cheesiness. All right, let's take a closer look. If the trumpet is rusty, the fingers lock up, and it becomes a bugle. LOL. So if you can't use your trumpet, it's like if an escalator stops working, it still stairs. Like the old Mitch Hedberg joke. All right, so where are we going to start again? Reminder for myself, towards the middle, not around the edges. Let's do these eyes. And now I have Airwalker in my head sung to the tune of Dreamweaver, which I will not subject you guys to. But I bet now that I said it, you hear it in your own head. You're like, damn it, Ryan. All right, heavy under the nose. We'll angle this nostril back a little, flare it out. He's a little snarly. Oh, give him a little wrinkle there. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look this character up afterwards. I'm very curious as to who and what he is. I don't think he looks like a Kirby design so much. So I'm curious as to who created him. What's up with him? Oh, I was damned a long time ago, Simonin. That's nothing new. All right, give him a chin line there. Chin lines are sometimes so important. Okay, let's do this tuning fork. We're going to go heavy on one side. We go thin on this side. We go heavy here, down to that thin. That's not only going to give it dimension, it's going to play with the light a little. There you go. We'll go thin on top. Bam, bam. And then start here. And we can take it to about there. It's about as far as I can take that. So let's see how far we can take this one. Keep it clean, go nice and thin. Don't let the hand get shaky. Keep it thin, and we'll fold it up there. All right. Whew. We made it. Inking still makes me nervous sometimes. But I think we made it. Yeah, Simonin. I like those mashups sometimes. I saw, or I don't know if they're called mashups or whatever, but I know what you're talking about. And I saw a Prince one recently that was super cool. Shoot, I forget what it was now. Damn. Beastie Boys, but it's really Ghostbusters. Oh, I hope that one's out there. I hope that one's out there. All right, I'm going to leave all of that for the big marker. We're going to take the little one in here and do these, and we'll be wrapping up in just a minute. So you guys can all go about your whatever night this is business. I can't think of what night this is. Wednesday night? No, it's Thursday night. No, it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday night. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. See? I know things. I know things. Right, we're going to give some little render lines there. We're going to give some little bleeds or render lines there under the chin. Give it a little dimension. And then caps on. Caps off. And we're going to do our big shadows here. Beef these up. Got a little angular with some of them. And then some fat bleeds, yo. Fat bleeds. Then caps on, caps off. Carefully turn it. And going with the form, we are going to, I forgot to do some rendering there. We're going to do a thin to thick gradient here, to kind of give a little metal reflection. We're going to do some bleeds here. And we'll do some going this direction here. I'm having fun with this guy. I don't want to stop. There we go. Furrowed brow. And let's see, I'm going to add flames in the background. Because he wants to burn it all down because his trumpet has gotten rusty and become a bugle. We'll have some little like ashes and embers. Excuse me, ashes and embers here. Give you guys a close look. Let's not smudge it. All right. He's an air walker. Do 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 do. All right. Tool versus Taylor Swift was something else. Was that a movie you saw on some sort of hub, or was that a music mashup? I hope it was a music mashup. Oh, geez. All right, so I'm going to sign this bad boy. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and ask them now. And if not, we'll be signing off in just a minute. I'm going to give these bad boys and girls one last look. And Venom. So we've got our Airwalker, Nightwing, Darkhawk, Lady Death, and our Venom. And I'm not going to screen share, and I can't screen share because I'm going mobile right now. But make sure to check out Hammerella over on Indiegogo. The link is down below. Make sure you follow Page One Comics and check out Dragon Rage. Make sure you check out City of Rot by Spencer Desmond and Jeff Elkins. And make sure you check out Wirehead by my homies Robert Geronimo and Mike O'Shea. All right, where do I send you my address? Info at Edwin. You can just hit me up if you want on Twitter. If you want to just message me on there, we can do it that way. If that works for you. Oh, now you like Airwalker better. There you go. There you go. Make sure I'm just going to do a quick scroll. Which is your favorite of the bunch, Ryan? I was the happiest with Darkhawk. I had the most fun with Venom. But I was happiest with Darkhawk because I really like simple shapes and clean designs like that, and it went so smooth from the beginning. That's why I was like, man, I wish I had more of him to draw. But I did have fun on all of them. It's the thing too, like with art, you're always like, when you go to lay in bed tonight, you're like, oh man, I could have done this better, could have done this better. You know what? Do that next time. Always do your best, but don't kill yourself over what you've done. There's always another drawing. Always bring your A game. I don't think I'm gonna really erase these. They're pretty light on the pencil, and what is there, I think, kind of looks cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? If I got you there, Edwin, do you want yours erased? This one's really clean. There's barely any pencil there, anyways. Also, if you're not into any of those campaigns, but you're into Alterna and you haven't backed Alterna yet, they have their Because You Demanded It campaign, and there's so much fun stuff on there. It's basically like this super awesome Alterna store now. There's shirts, there are collector cases, beanies. One of the shirts I'm so excited about is the baseball tee. I've wanted an Alterna baseball tee for years now, and I'm super stoked on that. Okay, don't touch it. I won't touch it. I think I'm gonna leave them because the pencil work doesn't interfere with the artwork at all, and I think it kind of looks cool. So I'm gonna do that to all of them. Thanks, Edwin, and thanks again for playing in the retweet game. I'm gonna start doing more of this stuff. It's been a while since I did comment to win as a game as well, so we're gonna get back into that stuff. And any of you watching that you are the winners here. Let's see, this was for Lee, this was for GJ Martinez, this was for Ghost Pepper, Edwin, who I've been talking to. This was for an Airwalker, was for for Gamer Uncle. Yeah, so if any of you guys are watching, I know Edwin's here, but thank you guys for participating, and thank you for watching. And yeah, I'm gonna go about 10 more seconds if you got a question, and then we're gonna go. Let's see, next battle of the 5-minute, Ryan versus Peter. I gotta get in fight shape, man. I got my butt kicked tonight by doing the wussy Sesame Street fighter. So I gotta get into fight shape. I gotta start flexing these things, doing extra lifts, really get strong and mighty. And then I can maybe I can take on Peter Samedi. I have Venom guest starred in several issues of Darkhawk series. I forgot about that too. That's a good character for them to mash up with if you don't have Peter Parker to use. All right. Well, thank you, Josh, Ty, Colin. I got Simonin in there, Edwin. We had Jimmy Reyes for a bit, Peter. I don't want to miss anyone. I know I'm going to. But yeah, anyways, you guys rock. I'll catch you on the flip side. I think Jimmy Reyes and I are doing something tomorrow, so pay attention to that. And until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take it easy.